Fuck. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, shit. Fuck. What it do, what it do? What y'all saying, motherfuckers? We're back. Thank you for joining me again on our halfway, our midway, our mid-season episode. Yes, yes. There is... Yeah, pardon me if I get maybe distracted or... I don't know. The AC is in here. I said fuck it. I took the AC from outside and put it in the studio. I was like, fuck this shit, man. I was boiling. I was legit. Like, I was next to melting, man. Like, I was sweating so much from doing nothing. I sat here and I was getting, like, fucking... It's like I was in a sauna. Man, I couldn't take it anymore. I said, fuck that shit. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, no one's even outside right now. I legit just grabbed the fucking AC out of the fucking window. Not the in-window one. It's like the portable one. So I just took out the hose. But man, to set it up in here, I just like fucking sweat more than I ever did ever. But it was all for the sake of the AC. So I said, fuck it. I'll sweat for that. But I don't know how long it's going to last in here. Because then someone's going to want to take it back outside. And fuck. Yeah, because there's a lot more activity that goes on outside. More people that need it. It's just, I think the last couple days there was no one scheduled or anything to come in, so fuck it. Well, we'll see how long it lasts. The only downside to it though is that I can hear it in the background. That's what I have to... Well, I can just edit out the sound in the back, but we'll see. I set it to low, so it's not... should be too loud. But yes, we are halfway through the motherfucking season already. Crazy. It's that it was that Montreal fucking story, a fucking 4-parter bullshit. If that was way too long, that's my bad. It was like, I really wanted to explain every single fucking detail of it, and I really wanted to leave nothing out, and I wanted you guys to get like the full picture and like a whole, like I wanted you guys to get the idea of how I saw things and like, you know, how things were, and just give y'all a good... I wanted to paint a really good picture for y'all. I hope I did at least a decent job. I went into as much detail as I could, and I tried my best despite being high as shit. Yeah, I think I didn't listen back to it, as I don't with anything, but I'm just hoping it's good. Not like it's gonna catch any views anyways. Yeah, it's like, no, there's episodes where I don't have any fucking views on it. It's not bad. Well, I mean, it's like not a bad thing, but it's like, you know, it's there. And yeah, it's like, yo, you don't... Okay, it's not my problem. Yeah, to be honest, like all my fucking episodes could have 0 views, and I'm fine with that. That just means that no one's put it together yet. You know what I mean? What? Yeah, I said it. Yeah, there's like, man, I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you. Someone's gotta notice. No one's gonna notice if no one watches the episodes or whatever. But nah, I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna let. The only thing I'm gonna say is that there's something there, but I'm not gonna tell you what or anywhere other. I'm not gonna tell any other clues besides that. There's something there. A lot of the times, like the shit I do or the shit that I put out, it may seem like it's all for fun, shits giggles. It's like no much rhyme or reason to it, but nah. If you look deeper into a lot of the shit that I do or post, or there's always something more to it. There's always a reason why I'm doing it. Not an ulterior motive. It's just that there's an underlying reason. There's like a secondary reason why. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you know, it's like, yeah, you were nice. You paid for their meal. You paid for someone. You pay for your friend's meal, and then, you know, it's still a nice gesture and all that. And then you put it out, whatever. But then, like, you know, you just, in reality, there was like maybe like a deal you get if you buy one get one, whatever, or some shit like, I don't know. I can't, for lack of a better example, you'll get it. There's always something more, and I think that's what a lot of people fail to see. Then again, I didn't really make it known, but that's just the whole point of it, right? But people always missed the fact that there's always something more to what I say or like what I do or what I'm trying to put together. There's always something more to it. It's just no one's really bothered to look deeper into it. And why would they? I didn't really give them much reason to, but I don't know. It's one of those things, you know, where it's just like, man, I don't want to put it out there that this happens or like this and this or whatever, but like I wish more people would just know you know, and more people would just, and I've accepted the fact that, hold on, fucking, this setup is just, love it, but I hate it at the same time. Hold on, everybody can get some weird sounds, because I'm trying to find the right positioning for all this shit, all this new equipment, and new spots, and new furniture, and I don't know. We're in a sort of reorganizing phase. Okay, so, now, I'm just adjusting shit, man, sorry. Okay, so, now, I was actually gonna do something for mid-season, do like another big show, not big show, but like another something like that, but I don't know. I really wanted to because I had an idea, but unlike all my other ideas, this one didn't have a follow-up, you know what I mean? It's like all my other ideas is like, okay, cool, wouldn't it be cool if we made this, or like we made it look like this, or we kind of played around with this kind of thing? Like, yeah, cool. And then after we could do this, and then after, boom, conclude it with this. That's usually how it goes. And then if I catch a feeling or like an idea right before we record, I'll go with it. And then most of the times it's like, okay, cool, we have a roadmap and we have an end goal of where and how we want it to conclude the episode. But I had this idea and I was like, man, it'd be cool if we did this, but then what after? And yeah, it's just because it was an idea for opening the show and then the introduction, the beginning part of the episode, but I don't know where to go from there. I was gonna tell it, but then I don't want to reveal it in case like I decide to do it. Oh shit, sorry, I fucking seen fucking up everywhere. But yeah, in case I wanted to continue on that idea, this is a good idea. It's like I want to do it, I just don't know how. Like, it's like a skit and then it's supposed to lead into the episode, but I don't know how to relate that to an episode or turn it into an episode or make a whole episode of it. I wanted to do it like that, but I don't know, man. Creative juices just aren't juicing, man. Yeah, but man, we'll get there. Yeah, there was actually another thing that I wanted to do for mid-season, but we don't have enough content, I don't think. Actually, you know what? Oh, let me see if I think, because I wanted to do like a question episode where I got everybody's questions in that they email and shit, and make a whole episode out of that. But we need emails with questions for that shit to happen, you know? Oh, fuck. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Slice. C'est la vie, as they fucking say it. And what the fuck you expect? With a fucking, not even a fan base. You don't even have a consistent fan base on this fucking platform. You know what you got? Of all the episodes that you accumulated and all the fucking shit that you've put out and all this fucking hard work and all this fucking content you've been pumping out on your fucking little website over there. You know what you got? Out of all those and all those hours, you know, I checked your analytics. Your fucking analytics, your data. Oh, you got a total for the last 3 months. You got a total of like fucking 50 followers. Not even. You got a total of downloads, 50 downloads of listeners. Yeah, it's fucking embarrassing, don't you think? Oh, the fuck am I doing this shit for, huh? Oh. He's not wrong though. He was actually talking facts, man. Like, yeah, that's 50. No, he lied. There's like 57, 59. I think I'm almost about to hit 60 total downloads for all total amount of episodes I put up. And I keep having to remind myself that's not the reason we did this shit. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, I know, I get it. I didn't do it to go viral, but I did do it to have at least one consistent listener. You know what I mean? I don't know. The content's, I guess, not really there. It's not really interesting to people, which is, I guess, still on the bright side, right? Like I said, it's a win-win either way, you know? So, whatever. I could legit say anything on this fucking podcast then and just, you know, and not worry about it going out to the world. Like if I was able to get my hands on confidential information or like, you know, government secrets, I just say them on here, and then yeah, people would be like, oh man, shit, I wish I listened to his podcast before. I would have caught those fucking nuclear launch codes weeks ago. But nah, whatever. Should start doing that. Should start putting like personal information on it. Not even personal information, just like, yeah. Like top secret shit. What top secret shit do I know besides top secret shit everybody knows? Which kind of defeats the whole point of it being top secret. tip-top secret. Whatever. Anyway, once again, 14 minutes of complete bullshit and like fucking talking nothing. Do you have the questions? Sorry, I'm waiting for this fucking guy to pull up the questions. Yo, this guy didn't even start pulling up the questions. This is why I had to talk a little bit, because we have one email with 5 questions on it from the same person. And man, I was like, oh, okay, at least we have 5 questions. We could span it out throughout the episode. They're like, nah, it's from the same fucking person. I was like, really? It had to be a chick. I had a feeling it was going to be a chick, because I was like, no dude is gonna fucking email like this kind of podcast and then just ask a whole fucking interview. Maybe some will. Who knows? But the chances of that, very unlikely. But the chances of that being a woman, now that shoots up to quite the high probability, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I'm fucking stoned, man. I don't give a shit. Yeah, there's nobody who listens to this. I'll say whatever the fuck I want on this shit and not even worry. That's the whole point of it. It's just let loose. And y'all fucking won't loose. I'm gonna let loose on all of these motherfuckers around here, you know? Yeah. I'll fucking let loose on all of you. All of you lots. All of you fuckers are getting it tonight, yeah? I blast you. Fuck. I killed my next door neighbor. Ha! No jokes. Why would I? I don't even have a next door neighbor. I have one across from me. Yeah, what if I just went out, decided to just, give murdering a try. It's all the rage, right? Everyone wants to listen to a fucking murder podcast. Everyone wants that true crime, because apparently what I do is not true crime, because true crime now apparently has to be either murder or some sort of involvement with death or fucking like $1 million heist. That's not true crime. That's crime. That's like real crime. You know what I mean? But that's like all this shit that happens is like kind of like one-offs, you know? Like true crime would be the crime that actually is true and that actually, like, I'm not saying in the sense that like it doesn't happen. I'm saying that one's true crime is crime that happens often. You know what I mean? Like I seen a podcast about frauding. I was like, okay, that's legit. That's true crime because that shit happens all the time. Cool. But like these murder podcasts, okay, murder happens all the time, but like these ones are just people murdering other people, man. Okay, I see the appeal. You know, I get it. I get why people are into it. But can we not call it true crime, because like it kind of narrows down the meaning of the word crime. Crime isn't just murder and death, although yes it is, you know, that's just say, but there's so much more that goes to crime. This is what some people are passionate about law, some people are passionate about, I'm passionate about crime, and not just like, I'm passionate about, preserving the true identity of a criminal, whether you be a petty thief to a fucking like llama raping goat killer fucking cannibal, something like that. But it doesn't matter. Like, it's like crime. Yes, crime is crime, but like there's different cases of crime. That's just like saying, okay, cool. That's like saying, oh yeah, lawyers only defend criminals, or lawyers are only like for family matters. No, there's different kinds of law, right? Exactly. Because there are different kinds of crimes. That's why there's different kinds of subsections and like little subcategories of law, because there's different subcategories of crime, So can we just separate? I don't know. In my opinion, we should separate. It's like, start naming it. It'd be like, okay, and what's the difference between why does it have to be like true crime? Or just because it happens in real life? Or true crime could still be crimes that can happen. It's a true crime, like, even if it's fictional or never happened. What would you call that then? Just fiction? I guess, right? Lame. Anyway, yeah. Let's be a little bit more specific when we talk about like true crime podcasts. Okay, but I'm talking out of my ass right now. I haven't really checked out that many podcasts, to be honest. Yeah, I'm one of those guys who like fucking never checks out anybody's content but wants people to check his content out. This is exactly why I have like 0 fucking followers and like a terrible fan base, or no fan base to be more accurate. Yeah, but difference is I don't give a shit. A little bit I do, but in all honesty, whatever. I'm having fun doing this shit, so this is honestly like fucking, this is just for me anyways. I don't get paid for this shit. That's why it's like whatever. I don't plan on getting paid for this shit. If I ever get paid for this podcast, holy shit, I would man, I don't even know what I do because then it's just like it's stupid. I think the podcast now and how it is, and then the amount of traction or the lack of traction it's picked up. Like if it's just to me the idea of getting paid for this shit is like just it's not unattainable. It's more of a like it'd be like why you take it, to me it's just like it's like a why would you do that, you know? I could also just be very like harshly critiquing myself as I always do, but when I harshly critique myself, I find that most of those times are true. No one's gonna tell you that shit because no one wants to be that rude in front of you, but I give it to myself real, you know? That's all that matters. But yeah, I just skipped so many fucking like topics there. I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about initially. Oh fuck, did I burn my pot filter again? Nope, I did not. Fuck. What were we talking about? Something about fucking law. Okay, no, well, my point is crime. Why can't we just why does it have to be true crime? That's what I never got. Every time someone said true crime, I always thought about that series with fucking Matthew McConaughey and I think the True. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's True Detective. That's what I think about though. Still, I associate true crime with True Detective. See, that's True Detective. Why does it have to be true crime? Is it based off of that? I don't know. Oh yeah, and I was explaining how much I'm talking out my ass because I'm not really no podcast. But from what I've seen, I've visited the homepage of like a lot of podcast sites, and I see a lot of the shit, and it's like, yeah, fucking 90% of the shit is like murder and death. It's like, okay, guys, I get it. Fascinating shit, you know? Oh yeah, serial killer, duh, but man, sometimes it's like I don't want to see murder. I don't want to see people dying. Like I want to see like clever heists. I want to see fucking strategic planning. I want to see the cleverness of crimes, of certain crimes. I want to see other crimes that involve more mental acuity than just murder. Because a murder, obviously, yeah, it takes a lot. You gotta plan out the murder and kill somebody, and then fucking hide the body, all that shit. But it's like, it's different than listening to somebody plan a fucking robbery, or how to break into somewhere, or how they were able to steal all this shit, or how did they, you know? Honestly, I'll even take a fucking, like a hitman crime story, you know? That I do it, because then it's like, okay, he has to plan out, it's like a job. But most of these murders are like serial killers, or people that just fucking killed people by accident, or just people that are crazy. It's just like, these guys are like fucking killing for almost nothing. And a lot of the times I'm watching these documentaries about these murder fucking shit, and it's like, yo, for real? That's why you killed them? Bruh. I'd get a little bit disappointed, because then it's just like, you guys are killing people for like nonsense. Pure, utter nonsense, and like pettiness and jealousy, and just like, you fucking cowards. It's like, y'all were too pussy to fucking deal with shit yourself. You couldn't even just deal with it or find a better way to, you had to like kill it, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? That's your first? See, like, yeah, serial killers, a lot of serial killers actually are, well, I don't know how much, I'm not like a fucking fanatic, but most of them are attached or like linked or associated with, high functioning intelligence sometimes, because of their self-awareness and like the way, whatever, from what I gather. But man, like, that's not all of them. I feel like that, yeah, now that I think of this, yeah, there's a good amount, but then there's also a good amount where they're just stupid as fuck, where it's just people that don't give a shit, you know? And I get the whole fascination behind serial killers because they have the whole ritual, and it's a whole psychological thing. But I don't know. For me, I feel like I'm getting a little bit fatigued. It's like all these Marvel movies, you know what I mean? I love Marvel, and I love the cinematic universe. It's just they came to a point where it's just like, boom, that's all it was, and that's all you hear about, and that's all you see, and it's just like, okay, I need to lose my interest for this, and like just for a bit. So then I had to stop kind of keeping up to date and like reading about it and all that shit for about like a year or two at least. I just started getting back into it. I think the last one I seen in theaters was Doctor Strange. Yeah, the one with the Scarlet Witch in it. Fucking Elizabeth Wholesome. But yeah, that's why that's the last time I seen it. I was like, man, too much. It's like this murder shit, man. So much fucking shit. Like, put something else, like the ones that they do about the heists and shit. Oh lord, I fucking love that shit. That's what I'm talking about. do something like that. But there's very few out of if you go to the true crime homepage of a podcast, it's like a podcast site, it's very few that are like that. A lot of it's like, oh, murder or whatever, or like, yeah, I did this. It's just like, yo, man, can we stop focusing on the mentally unstable people in this story? And plus, the fact that y'all are like it's like you guys, it's like it's almost being glorified in some way, you know? And this is why we have so many fucking, like, there's copycat killers, and then there's people that, some serial killers do this because of the sole purpose that they know once they get caught, they have movie rights. Some of these motherfuckers get paid and shit for that. And then, yo, you see this one fucking guy, like, on the Netflix or whatever with a fucking inked out face, and girls are sending him fucking money in prison and saying to free. I was like, yo, this motherfucker just kidnapped and fucking raped and dismembered women, mothers who had families. And then y'all are saying, yo, he's fucking let him out, and like, fucking, yo, man. I get trying to support the inmates and my fellow, like, fucking, like, prisoners and shit, but man, there's just some people, it's just like, why would you want him back out here? You know what I mean? And even I have to admit that there are certain people that do not contribute at all to society in any way. It's like, if anything, they're taken. And it's like, yo, man. And for no reason either. I get it if he's doing this for, like, some sort of reason, or, like, you know, maybe the motive's a little bit justified, then, okay. Some of these people just doing it because it's like, it's so fun to kill people. That's what, I don't know. That's just me. That's me. That's my unpopular opinion, probably. There's probably maybe, like, not even, I don't know. Someone will agree with me. Someone's got to agree with me, right? God. Because I'm pretty sure not everyone enjoys watching murder 24/7, hearing about it and listening to it. It's like, but it's weird. And that to me is what I find so fucking odd. It's like, all these girls and all that, right? They don't want you to do violence, and you try to fucking... It's like every girl I've dated and every girl I know, it's like if you've had to get into a fight, they're like, no, don't do it, man. Just stop it. And they'll stop you, cut you right off, man. But then it's like, all they do is listen to, like, people getting murdered and, like, you know, listening to the... It's like, what? And girls will, you know... Women are women, yet somehow it's like when it comes down to just talking about taking somebody's life, all of a sudden it's like, oh, interest has been piqued, you know? And a lot of the time it's like, I don't really know why fucking girls are into that shit. It is, but then everything else kind of like related to it is just like, you know. I'm just like trying to decipher it as I'm like as speaking it out loud. I'm trying to like go through it, but. Yeah, maybe it's just the whole psychological aspect, I guess. That's why fucking like every psychologist or fucking psychotherapist gets a hard on every time a fucking serial killer comes in or some shit. So, oh my god, the self-awareness is making me horny. I don't know what the fuck it is, man. Yes, I get they're psychologically like fucking fascinating because of the way their brain works is like different, and then one part it's like, okay, but must we really glorify some of the shit these people do? Cause yo, okay, I get, you know, that some shit, yeah, we put in a movie or like Hollywood, like a series, it's like, yo, that's pretty dope. But man, you know, I thought about it, and some of the crimes these motherfuckers do is heinous as shit. And it's like, man, y'all are putting it out there and paying these people, and then we're just eating it all up and cheering on these fucking people. You know what I mean? And then what? And people like me that just fucking just like, you know, steal shit to survive. You get fucking looked down upon, frowned upon, you know? It's like you have to, man. That's the stupid part. It's like it's on the, it's like your crime has to, and it's like there's a chart I imagine of crime where it's just like the scale and the level of crime that you've done, and like the kind of crime you've done, and like the scale of it is all relation to, like, that's all related to how it's looked at, how it's perceived, and how it's punished and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like shoplifters, like you go shop at a fucking Home Depot. Yo, you know how fucking like trash they treat you when you fucking get caught for shoplifting, even if it's for like fucking nothing, or not nothing, but not literally nothing, but it's just like bits and pieces that you taken. And yo, these motherfuckers act like the company's fucking gonna go bankrupt if you were to have gotten away with fucking taking those Milwaukee gloves It's like, yo, what the fuck? It's like, man, I could take. I'm sure I've talked about this before, but like, I just can't stress it enough. You know, it's like you could take fucking. I'm sure I can go to one Home Depot, clean out their shelves of all their fucking Milwaukee pack out, and you know, and I could just go home, sell it all. You know, I don't see the CEO of Milwaukee or like the brand Milwaukee, you know, fucking hurting and yeah, fucking stocks dipping and fucking yeah, everyone's like in panic mode because one Home Depot got cleaned out of fucking pack out boxes. And I don't see the fucking CEO of Home Depot being like, "Oh shit, man, sorry, but this year's this fiscal year's profits have just gone down by 22% due to the one fucking Home Depot in Milton that has cleaned out all their shelves of pack out fucking toolbox from being stolen and all that shit." It's like, yeah, I don't see fucking where the fuck is up there at Home Depot. I don't see his fucking pockets hurting because that shit. You know what I mean? That's a shitty thing. It's like, yo, and y'all act like y'all police or some shit when y'all fucking in your store. It's like, yo, man, do you not still get paid the same, whether or not that person gets away with whatever they're trying to steal? You still get paid the same fucking shit. And yeah, they're talking about, oh yeah, but you know the cost and then like all this like later down the road. It's like, what the fuck? That's not like, yeah, that doesn't have to happen. People just do that because they make you believe that they have to, you know? They don't have to fucking, and there's a whole business aspect to it, but at the end of the day, like, if they really wanted to make it where they could, but I feel like they just do it anyways. They just raise prices just to kind of, because it keeps the whole, you know, it discourages shoplifting a lot more. But if people, you know, but if there was a way around it, let's say shoplifting didn't affect businesses or profits or anything at all, man, you think people would fucking hate it so much still? No. At that point, it's just, if you still hate it, then you just, you know, it's you're just not into the whole principle or like the whole moral act of it, you know, the whole ethics behind stealing and whatnot. You know, most people are against it because of this whole fucking business thing, especially the people that work there. It drives prices up. You still get paid the same fucking check, whether you snitch on me about stealing or not. Although I've never been snitched on for stealing, but I guess because the times I didn't need to, but still. It's like, man, a lot of these, every fucking place that has fucking, you know, has apprehended fucking shoplifting, like, suspects and shoplifting fucking, shoplifting people, that they fucking, yeah, whether you're guilty or not of it, like, it's like, man, all those, like, people you fucking apprehended for shoplifting, it would have made no difference to you, or your company, or the people you work for, or your paycheck, if you turned a blind eye to that. And it's like, okay, I get that's your job, but y'all like fucking, sometimes these motherfuckers take it too far, you know? It's like, y'all ain't cops. Y'all are just a bunch of wannabe cops. Y'all think y'all some hot shit because you caught some fucking teenager stealing a candy bar in the fucking aisle, or you caught some dude fucking pocketing a few fucking tools or whatever, or some guy fucking, oh yeah. And these guys just fucking act like they just, you know, guys acted like fucking, like pig of the year, you know? Like, y'all don't even have badges. Y'all got like fucking laminates, you fucking LPOs. Fuck all of y'all. Y'all are a bunch of pieces of shit. And I'm gonna say that straight up, man. What? This episode is just gonna be me venting, and I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want here, cause, yeah. Because I'm speaking to an empty room, apparently. I'm just talking to I'm just talking to cyberspace right now, you know? And that's fine. I'm getting this shit out of, like, off my chest. I'm saying what I've always been wanting to say. Despite it not being towards anybody, whatever. It's out there, you know? The energy, the thoughts, and the intention behind it. I've put that all within this, within the, spiritual realm or fucking whatever. Yeah. I've reached kind of like a fucking fuck it point too. Well, with this episode. We'll see with the rest of the series or the rest of the season if I still am in that fuck it mode or not. Because right now it's just like, man, those last 4 episodes, I realized how much fucking work I put into that and like editing and all that shit just for like, what? Nothing. No one's listening to it. So why am I putting so much fucking effort into this shit? I feel like I focused too much on making it for like those, my, you know, I was trying to cater to the audience I didn't have. So it's like, oh man, maybe you should stop putting in so much effort to try and impress the audience you don't have, and just, start embracing the audience I do have, which is 0. So there. Yes, I will cater to the audience I do have. Just now. Maybe I'm gonna put so much time into editing this shit. A lot of the time is just for me too. It's just so I could practice and it sounds good at the end and be like, yeah, that was me. But there's like little things in there that I'll throw in just because I'm like, oh man, I hope whoever's listening to this catches it. Whatever. It's like who's listening to it? No one's catching that shit. You're the only one that knows about all those little things you've put in each episode. And no one's gonna catch it. No one's gonna figure it out. So maybe I'll stop doing that. I'll just kind of slap together something that sounds remotely good even and just throw it out there and fucking leave it. Yeah. Because, man, you know how much it's fucking... I think I discourage myself too, and I've put my hopes up on this shit. It's like, I'll go and then, man, I'll start like fucking... Sometimes I'll spend 2-3 hours looking for an audio clip from like a movie or like a quote or some shit that I thought would go really well with the fucking episode, and then I meant like, and just slapping it onto the intro and just like kind of making sure each, like, all the time is right. Like sometimes like the sound effect or something from the scene or like the audio clip, I try to put that on beat with like whatever the music is and shit, and it's like, it's cool because then sometimes I do it and then I'm like, yeah, it feels good. I listen to it and I'm like, it's not bad. It's not the actual content of the podcast, but like the intro and like all the sound effects and all the shit that I had to add in. Like I'll listen to it and I was like, it sounds good. The intro, some of the intros I actually like, and then and then you get so fucking happy about it just to come back the next day and find out it's like not even the next day. You come back like 3 months later and then it's still like, it's like I didn't do it intentionally so people could see it as like to become famous and everything. But it's still. And that's not what I'm disappointed in. I'm disappointed in how much work and effort and unnecessary time I've put into like some of these episodes just for it to be nothing. So that's why I'm like, fuck, I should just stick to the basics, man. Just fucking slap a song on here. Fuck the timing. Fuck the sound effects. Fuck all the skits and all that shit. And just throw it on here. Because who gives a fuck, to be honest. I might even just stop putting background music into it and just keep it like this. Fucking extract the audio right after I record it. Fuck it. Boom. Pump it out. All raw material. Cause fuck the edits. Why am I making it sound nice? Yeah. Watch, this is gonna be the episode that gets like fucking like so many reviews just cause I don't know. Yeah. That's where I'm at with it. So I'm not discouraged from making the podcast. I still love doing it. I still am having fun just fucking talking my nonsense and shit on this mic. The fact that no one listens doesn't really bother me. It's just all the work that I put in when I didn't need to. That's what I just want to get straight up through. So that's what I'm just gonna try and balance that out, So we'll see. But yeah, I feel like there was 3 different topics or subjects that I went through that I didn't even get to conclude or finish on. What was the original one that we were talking about? Huh? Fucking true crime. Oh yeah, and the whole thing. Did I conclude that? Well, if I didn't, my conclusion was I want to be able to have like fucking... What did I just... Wow. As soon as I remembered what we were talking about, as soon as I started saying it, my mind went the opposite direction, and I just thought about something completely off, and I was like, what the fuck am I talking about? What was I talking about? Yeah, True Crime Podcast, and the name. Yeah, the name True Crime. Okay, well, yeah. If I didn't finish that point, my whole conclusion to that is just, man, I wish that there was a way to kind of, make it more specific and just not categorize true crime as just one big boom, everything crime in there. Yeah, let's just, first, maybe we could start off with a category like murder podcast, like serial killers, murders, and death, and all that shit. Throw that into like one fucking genre. It's like, it's not the, man, because then it's like true crime. It's like, oh, it's like that name, true crime, is starting to become synonymous with like murders and deaths, and I guess, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I don't listen to enough podcasts, but that's just from what I'm witnessing. If you know something different, then fuck it. Yeah, that's you. But yeah, that's what it is, man. Let's just have some subcategories, let's name it properly. And where did true crime come from? We don't, like, why do we have to have true crime? We don't say that with any other genre. We don't say, oh man, this is a true love story. You just say, nah, this is a romance movie. Like, not a true romance? Are you sure it's not true romance? You know? Because just like fucking all that shit, it's like, yeah, you can still, like, tell a fucking fictional story and have, like, crime in it, and that crime still be possible, or, like, real. It doesn't mean it's fake crime. It just means it's, like every other book, fiction. Why does crime have to have a category of true into front of it, huh? No other genre has that. If there is a genre out there that puts true in front of it, for some reason, yeah. Maybe I'm just playing dumb again, and, like, you know, I could have just looked this up, but I didn't. I don't care. Even still, even if there is some sort of reason why they call it true crime, then wouldn't the same reason apply to true romance novels? Or this is true anime, or this is true cooking, you know? Like, why does crime have to have true? This is like, yeah, this is my shit, you know what I mean? Just like how some people are passionate about their, whatever they're fucking passionate about. I'm passionate about crime. I'm gonna stand up for crime, you know? We are a culture in ourselves, you know? Man, like, fuck. Sometimes we do some dangerous shit, and like some very, very risky shit. We don't even get danger pay, you know? Just start forming unions and fucking, like, crime firms, and yeah, man, if only. And that's the difference, right? That's the difference between me and you. You talk a good one, but you don't do what you're supposed to do. So yeah, I'm starting that movement to change true crime to just crime. Why does that just crime? Let's just do a crime podcast. Why does that be true crime podcast? Because then if you don't put true crime, then it's not real. It's like, what, fake crime? If I just say it's a crime podcast. Man, yeah, that really bothers me. Now that I'm like, it's now that I'm talking it out loud, it's like, yeah, why? You know? It's like always something along those lines. It's like, it's back then in like music award shows, you know how like hip hop and rap, it's like, oh yeah, best hip hop rap album. It's like, but why does like rap and hip hop have to be a category on its own? They don't have like the best like fucking, no, well, for some award shows they do, but like the main award shows, it's always just like, yeah, best album of the year, and then they have best hip hop or rap album of the year. But then every other genre is categorized in music. Then like, yo, you know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. Yeah, that's exactly it. So why does it have to be true crime? I guess it's not exactly the same, but it goes along those lines. It's like, why does it have to be true crime? Why can't it just be crime podcast? Right? Please tell me someone gets me out there. Why does it have to be true crime? Let's just all fucking settle for it being called crime podcasts, and then within that we'll just be like, okay, so what kind of crime podcast is it? Is it like a murder podcast, or is it boom? Yeah, okay. Instead of being like, yo, what do you do? True crime podcast? Oh, so you talk about murders? Nah, I do a crime podcast and I talk about committing crimes. It's like, oh yeah, so you're just various, or like an you know, variety. Yeah, I'm an all-arounder, you know, a jack of all trades and a master of none. I like that. You know, I like that quote, or like that saying. Although it's just sad because, man, yeah, story of my life sometimes, you know? It's like some people take that as a compliment too. It's just like, yeah, man, look at this jack of all trades. I was like, ha, yeah, please, thanks. Then you don't realize it's just, they're just telling you half of the fucking actual saying there. Yeah, jack of all trades. Oh, thanks. But you're a master of none. God, that was so backhanded. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, that's my fucking complaint. Not complaint, but like, yes, that's my peeve right now. That's what's fucking grinding my gears. That's what's irking my jerkin and fucking gherkin my jerkin and shit, you know? Whatever the fuck that is. Fuck, man. Oh no. Oh, shit. Whew. I dropped the cigarette. I thought I ran it over with my chair. That's one tragedy avoided. That's probably like the best thing that happened today. Because every other tragedy has been met and is being dealt with. That one was like fucking avoidable. Yeah. That's all it is, man. I don't get why true crime just has to be like that. And every time I hear it or even say it, I feel like it sounds dumb to me. True crime. It sounds like it's something that would be a show. If you call a show true crime, cool. By all means, True Detective. Make it a spin-off. It just sounds like stupid. It's like, oh, do you do true crime? No, I do crime that is true. And most of the time, hold on, this is the last one here, right here too. I'm not talking true crime, but y'all ain't, how is that true? That's like, yes, could we just please call it real? Because y'all ain't even talking about, to me, true if y'all really mean it to be true crime, then y'all talking about like, you know, true, like that you know is true. So like your own crimes, but y'all talk about your own crimes because y'all don't do crimes. That's like fucking. That's like if fucking. It's like if somebody did a podcast about drugs and they've never taken drugs in their entire life, yet they comment and fucking think about people that take drugs. It's like, okay. And if you do that, cool, that's fine. I don't mind that but like most of the time it turns out them assuming a certain thing that they don't know about, and they talk about a lot of things that they don't know about, and then they sound confident in it, or like, you know, the effects of it, or like, yo, you know, this has actually happened. No, that doesn't happen most of the time. The shit that these people say is not real. Even these documentaries. There's a time where I watched a drug documentary and they were talking about the effects of meth, and then they said this one thing. I was like, no, that is bullshit. And I can't believe no one fucking fact checked them. They said that fucking if you hold meth into your fucking lungs, you have to blow it out right away, because if you hold it in, it's going to start crystallizing in your fucking lungs. I'm like, you dumb fuck. But then again, those are one of the statements where it's like, you don't even have to have taken drugs to... You could just be like a simple, you know, chemistry student, or like no simple chemistry. And it's dumb because people inject meth, which means it can be dissolved in water. It's like water soluble. And if meth is water soluble, how is it supposed to crystallize in your lungs when your lungs are fucking 90% water? Well, our bodies are 90% water. How's it supposed to crystallize there? And it doesn't crystallize. It just like kind of like, you know, forms on, yeah, getting into the whole thing. But besides the point, yeah. See? And I bet you shitloads of people believe that. Because when I started fucking smoking meth, that was the first thing someone told me. I was like, yo, why don't you just hold it in? They're like, don't hold it in, man. It crystallizes in your lungs. I was like, how? Doesn't this shit dissolve in water? So how is it supposed to crystallize in our fucking lungs? And then I never get an answer after. And I was like, yeah. And then, yeah, I was like, yeah, everyone realizes. Yeah, you think about it for a second, you realize how stupid it sounds. And I think that's what a lot of content is now. Not a lot of content, but there's a lot of shit that happens, you know? People start talking shit about something they don't know about, and then people buy it because, you know, they put themselves out to be a credible source. But then if you just take a second, just even a second, to just kind of like, you know, analyze what they said. Think about it. Just take one part. Think about it, and you realize it's like, oh shit, yeah, that doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna lie, I've fallen for some shit too, but then it's like later on I start to think about it, and I'm like, maybe this isn't so valid after all. You know? So that's all. You know, man, the best thing you could do is teach your kids to read, but even better, teach them to question everything that they've read. You know, that's the best life lesson that I have picked up along my journey, and that stuck with me for fucking God knows ever since I've heard it. Just like almost a decade or more ago. But yeah, that's what I mean. So it's like, yo, all these people are talking about true crime podcasts, or yeah, this is I do a true crime podcast. Yeah, no, you do a crime podcast about other people committing crimes who you have never met and who you have never experienced. You know? I feel like one of those dudes where it's just like, where's some sort of like trade or some sort of field, and then they see like a car guy, you know what I mean? Or it's like a mechanic where he's like, oh, these guys, they talk like they know cars and that they race and shit, but they don't know shit. They've never driven. It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, yo, you know, it's like these people just front like the car guys, but they're talking about all these guys. It's like, yo, dude, you have no experience. You can't even drive. And I get you like dream, and it's like, oh man, you know, spray shit, but don't be talking like you know? Don't be talking like you some sort of seasoned veteran or some sort of like pro at this shit. You're not pro at knowing about it. You're not pro at doing it. That's the difference. There's people that know about this shit professionally, and there's people that do this shit professionally with anything. And so like, it's like, okay, just cause you're like you know about shit professionally, doesn't mean you can fucking do it as professionally as well. Cause there's no better teacher than experience, and if you have no experience, then you don't really have a full grasp on the fucking topic at hand, right? Yeah, exactly. It's that you can, and yes, I have talked about, you know, envisioning shit in your head, practicing running it through like physically in your head, and then imagining it, and then being able to like do it muscle memory. But like, there's certain things where you won't, but that works after you've gotten a feel for it. You know what I mean? It's like you can't keep thinking, like you can't, it's like you've never dribbled a basketball in your life, but then you keep thinking about dribbling a basketball. And then you can't just suddenly get it because you don't even know the feel of the basketball. And once you get the feel of basketball, you're like, oh shit, this is all totally different. This is not how I imagined it. But then if you've actually felt the ball and whatever, then you can run it in your head and kind of practice in your head because you know what it is. You know what it feels like, you know, feeling and emotions and all that shit. But if you had no experience with anything that you were talking about or trying to teach or trying to like educate people on or give information on, just do your thing, but like be careful of the kind of information you're giving and make sure it's actually legit. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, you know. Because I admit there's times where I'm like, man, that'd be so fucking easy if I could do that shit. And I think I could do it. I get there. And it's nowhere close to what even like I thought it would be. And yeah, that's what the season's about. Just me fucking up. But just to keep the theme, and as a reward for listening all the way back down here, I'm going to tell you a fucking fumble. Like, yeah, just like something like that. So, back when I was starting off, actually I'm going to tell you 2 stories. This is funny as shit. So, there's one time, it's quick stories though, so don't even worry. You just another like fucking 10 minutes. Nothing, fuck up. Actually, who am I talking to? No listeners. Right, gotta remember that. Anyway, there's fucking one fumble when I was like younger and starting off a little bit. I think I was like 17 or 18. Yeah, I was trying to figure out ways to, like, different kind of ways to break into like anything and like any building, structure, house, whatever, residential, commercial, right? So, I was looking at the different ways that people have bypassed the lock or like gone through the lock or broken through the lock and kind of shit. And I already kind of knew the general like ways of doing shit, like what to do and shit like that. It's just, you know, it's like I'm trying to figure out which one would work best and in each scenario and like which, yeah, because you can utilize all methods depending on what the fucking situation is. But yeah, so I fucking sorry, yeah, so there's a house or building or some shit. I think it was a house before, but yeah, it was good. Like, I had information that they had some good shit. So I don't know if this was okay, whatever. But I was like, okay, cool. I was like, let's do it. And then so I kind of scouted out the fucking place beforehand, and I was like, okay, cool. Took pictures of the locks and then like seen their entry points and like kind of like where we're gonna infill, exfil, and all that shit. And I'm like, look at that. I was like, oh fuck, we can easily drill through this shit. Like, oh yeah? I was like, yeah, just drill through it, man. Easy shit. So I have the drill right here. I have the bits. I'll go right through it, man. Fucking easy. And we're in seconds. Okay, cool. So night comes. You go there. And yeah, so mind you, I have never drilled a fucking lock in my entire life at this point. This was my first time drilling a fucking lock. Because most times, you don't really need to. You just fucking bash something, smash something. Like I said, it's like picking a lock, right? But this time it was nighttime. Fucking houses are like mad close to each other. I think they're like attached and shit. You could hear and like you could see people from like the window upstairs. Like, yeah, you could see if fucking they come out. So that'd be quietest possible method. And picking would take too long. And because I'm not like pro like that, I ain't a seasoned picker. I just fucking pick shit as a hobby. But drilling is like the last kind of resort. And we didn't want to do too much damage to the door because then it'd be obvious, like, you know, I'll keep it a little bit discreet and kind of be able to still get out, close the doors, and make it look like it's locked and shit. No one's gonna notice the fucking hole in the deadbolt and like the keyhole just walking by the house and shit. And this was in the background in the backyard too, but yeah. So I'm like, fucking, all right, cool, got it. In my head, I'm like, I got the basics. I seen it on video, I seen it, whatever. I know where to do it. I know how lock works. I know where it is. I know where to fucking drill through, right? So I do it. I get the fucking drill. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. Drill out right at the shear line where I thought, like, where I was supposed to. Go all the way through, and yo, it was a lot more difficult than I thought it was. It actually fucking, the pins actually stopped my drill bit at, like, stopped my drill at sometimes. It would get stuck. And I had to, like, fucking reverse it, push it back in, and just, and the grinding of each pin. And the fucking, oh man, every time the drill would just fucking rip through these fucking lock pins and the driver pins and like the springs, it would just make a nice loud, not nice, but like a fucking loud crunch. And then it's just the whirring of the whirling, like the drill whirring and all that shit. It's fucking, and ended up being a lot louder than I thought it was. And then it ended up being a lot more difficult. Like I had to fucking, I was sweating after drilling that fucking, I had to push in and fucking, oh man, I know, like my technique was just pure amateur that time, but so it happened. It's just like, it's stupid because then I drilled it and I was like, alright, cool, I think we're good. And I drilled all the way through that bitch. Drilled all the way through, right? Still couldn't get it open. And yeah, I realized it's because I didn't fucking clean out the plug. And all the chambers still had the fucking broken pins and all that shit. And like, you're supposed to fucking, I think, Yeah, you're supposed to like clear it out or like fucking take out all the fucking shit so it could turn, because then you're gonna get debris and shit stuck in between that very very like fucking thin like hairline space between the fucking plug and the actual cylinder and shit. So yeah. And so we didn't even get in through that way. And you know how I got in? Yeah, I fucking pushed the window open and then just like unlocked the door from the outside. I mean from the inside. Yep. That fucking big sliding window on their door, that was open. Yeah, that's how I got in. And then wasted a whole fucking like drill thing and time. It's just like, man, see, that kind of shit, you know. But I kind of played it off where I'm drilling it. I'm like, all right, go. I'm like, played it like I knew what I was doing. And then halfway through, I was like, oh shit, wait, never mind. Let's just open the door here. Boom. So then it's like, to the people that I was like with, it's not that, oh, I didn't accomplish it or like I failed my task. No, I was actually on my way to accomplish it. I just found a more better and more efficient way, like while working the problem. So that's what it was. But that's one of the fucking stupidest things too. Yeah, it's just like that. You think things are always gonna go the way you want it to. It's not. Yeah, my second story is this fucking my first fucking robbery. I think I was like 16 or 17. It was fucking, I had like this gun and I was just trying to rob somebody at nighttime. And it was this like parking lot, right? And it's like fucking dead pitch black like at nighttime, because it's like goes down into a valley and it's a parking lot with like no street lights and it's like a forest. It can get creepy at night. But it has access from like all the other side. You can go walk through and get to there from walking the path from the other side. So I'd park on the other side and then I'd walk through the path, and then if anyone's at the parking lot, boom, I got one time. There's an abandoned car in there that's always there. And people have raided it. People just like go in and out all the time. It's always unlocked. One time there's someone in there. I was like, oh shit, I know for a fact this ain't your car. Yo, done. Fucking get this guy. So I had my fucking reflective vest construction shit. I'm trying to pretend to be like a worker or like a park ranger or some shit, whatever. I had a hat, and then like the fucking flashlight was like bright as shit. And then I'd put my hat like really low to my eyes and shit. So I would shine the flashlight at the fucking car on the driver's side, and I'd knock and I'd be like, hey, excuse me. I was like, excuse me. I was like, this is like the park's closed. I was like, we need to leave, whatever. And he's like, oh. He's like, what? I can't hear you. He was like fucking foreign. He was like some Italian dude. And I was like, oh god, this is making it so fucking hard. So much harder now because he's not gonna understand when I tell him that I'm robbing him. Yeah, so I go up to the car and I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to like gauge this man's English. So I like knock on the fucking window and then I have the flashlight up so like you can't see my face or shit. He's like, hello. I was like, sir, what are you doing here? Park's closed and shit. And then he goes, oh, he's like, oh no, I'm just working. I'm just working. I don't know, I forgot how he sounded, but he definitely was foreign. I don't even know if he's Italian. Middle Eastern. Fuck it, whatever. All these motherfuckers are the same. So he's like, yeah, no, I'm working. I have the, I'm staying here. I was like, yo, are you living here? Are you staying here? I was like, is this your car? And then after he's like, no, it's not my car. It's not my car. I was like, yo, sir, could please step out of the vehicle? And like he opened the door. He swung the door open, right? So I was like, sir, could it, like, I need to take a look around. I was like, this is close. This is your car. He's like, no, I don't. I'm working. I don't understand. Sorry. He doesn't understand my fucking English. I was like, oh, fuck. All right. So I took my gun out. I pointed at him. I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm gonna need to take whatever you got. And I was like, I like that laptop. I'm gonna take that laptop. And I was like, I'm gonna take everything else, whatever. I was like, whatever else you got in there. I was like, take it out, put it outside onto the ground, whatever. I'm pointing the gun at this motherfucker, and then I have the flashlight and the gun, right? So flashlight in one hand, and gun in the other, right? And then after, I'm like, yeah, put everything on the fucking ground. And then he's like, huh? No money. I have no money. I was like, all right, well then fucking whatever you got, take the laptop, put it on. He's like, oh no, and he just closed the car door, and I was like, fuck. I was like, shit. I'm like, yo, fuck. And like, as soon as he closed it, I tried to reach for it, but he locked it. And I'm like, pulling. I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, yo, open the door. He's like, no. I'm like, damn it. I was like, fuck. I'm not gonna fucking shoot the guy. I'm not gonna fucking break the window. I'm not gonna, like, I was like, you know what, man. And I just left it too, because he was kind of old. And then this guy's doing some like graphs on some old laptop in a fucking abandoned car in a parking lot. I was like, man, I felt bad for like fucking robbing this guy. Afterwards, I'm just like, do I really want to keep pushing this. Normally, if it wasn't an abandoned car, if I didn't know it was an abandoned car, or like if it was actually his car, and yeah, he's like, you know, kind of rich, I would have got a little bit more aggressive. But man, this guy got nothing on him. I'm gonna spend all this time fucking just trying to rob him for what? A laptop that I probably won't even fucking thing. I don't even know how the laptop. It looked alright, but to me, every laptop looks alright. You know, I never know which is new and shit. I'm no IT motherfuckers or some shit, but yeah. And I was just like, fuck. I was like, see, that's a rookie mistake. It's like not having your fucking, you know, hand on the door, or having a way to kind of block the door from closing, or, you know, that kind of shit. And it's like, damn. But you know what? Maybe it wasn't meant to happen. And then it's crazy because then there's like an adjacent lot, like just right across from it, a smaller one. It's more like hidden and shit. I'm walking back. I see there's a car parked there too, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, it's foggy. It looks like somebody's in there. So I walk up to it, and then I'm like, I have my gun up and shit like that. And yeah, and then I was like, I had the flashlight and I knocked on it. And the guy looked like he just woke up, and he's like fucking coming out of the blanket and covers. And I look, and I'm like, there was a lot of, like, all his shit was there. Like, it looked like he lived there. He's like, yo, yeah, what's up? I was like, dude. I was like, are you living here? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, all right. I was like, you know what? Yeah, good luck, bro. I was like, man. I was like, yeah, you just do your thing. I was like, my bad. Don't worry about it. And then I was like, fuck. I felt so bad for the guy, man. The guy's living in his car. All his shit is there, and then he's gonna get robbed. And what am I gonna get out of it? Like, I doubt he's like fucking driving around with millions of dollars worth of shit in his car. This looks like fucking useless shit. Sometimes it looks almost exactly what I would find at a fucking useless storage unit. So that's why I was like, it's not even worth it, man. I was like, there's nothing, you know, fuck. And yeah, it just didn't feel right doing it. So I was like, you know, fuck it. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess they weren't really like fumbles. They were more... I guess they were. They were still fumbles. Except for that second one. That second one, I just felt bad. I just called it off. But the first one, total fumble, dude. That was fucking... damn it. Fuck. Could've kept the door open. But then, I guess it's a good thing it didn't happen. It's just funny how it was like, yo, give me your money. No. Boom. Door closed. Aww. Yeah. So those were my two fucking stories. Just to end it, conclude the fucking... my very opinionated episode. It was just a fucking ventilation episode. Actually, you know what? I don't even care. Because who's really gonna listen to it? Fuck y'all. This is my shit. I was venting it out. Yeah. So whatever. For those who are listening, and I'm speaking to the one person, that one person who decided to click or automatically play this episode or this show, you probably didn't even make it this far. You probably fucking like not even a minute in, and you're like, yo, fuck this shit. Change next. Like, Alexa, next podcast, please. Man, I wonder how many of those actual like downloads I have are legitimate, and ones that I just like, fuck it. After a minute, just skipped over. Wonder. That's not gonna like, you know, I'm not dying over wondering who's there, but it's just like, I'm just out of curiosity, you know. If there's one person out there, actually just one person who listened through an episode through and through from beginning to end, like more than one episode, man, I'm good. That's all I ask for. I just want to know that there's someone that's actually taking time to, you know, go from zero all the way to the end, you know, beginning to end, and actually like it. But liking it can come secondary. I just want people, yeah, as long as you hear from the beginning to end, let's start with that. Baby steps. Because then liking it, I don't know, that's a whole different ballgame. Anyway, I'm going to conclude it there. Thank you, listener. One view that I have on this. You know, also, last thing, sorry, fucking, I got mad. Like, there's like a lot of episodes which is like one view. And it keeps saying the download is from my area. So I'm like, man, when I'm posting this and then I play it, before I post it and publish it, I'm just listening to it in the preview. Or like after I publish it, I go to edit it and then I play the track and the edit. But like I'm on the edit page, you know, and it's like edit mode to edit the post and shit. I was like, does that count as a play or like a download when I listen to it there? Because usually it's like after I do that, then all of a sudden there's a view on that episode, and I'm like, yeah, I think it's me. I didn't think they would count that though. Like I barely even listened to it. I just legit like play it to make sure it's the right episode. But whatever. Anyways, yeah. Thank you again for joining me, my one listener. Next episode I'm going to talk about my gay threesome with 4 dudes. What? How does that even make sense? I don't know. No one cares. No one listens to this. Anyway, if on the off chance that you did listen, I hope you listened. I hope you skipped up to that part where I just said what I said. That'd be hilarious. Anyway, keep having gay sex, everyone, because it's the best. Keep keep grinding, hustling, loving, living, learning, living everything that fucking shit. You know what I mean? Fuck y'all. Fuck me. Fuck the world. Fuck the shit. Peace.
Madness. This is criminal!